Hi there, welcome to this tutorial where we're going to paint one of my favorite houseplants, the Monstera Adansonii. I'm starting out with a watercolor pencil, and this is from the Staedtler brand. I'm using this just to outline the pot. Paper is cold pressed watercolor paper at 4 inches by 4 inches. I'm using a spray bottle to wake up my paints. I used a little piece of washi tape to hold my painting in place. And now I'm using just a soft gray to color the pot. I'm using a round size 3 brush for this. I love painting with watercolor because I like to just use up whatever paints I have already dried on my palette. So as you can see, so far I've used mostly the paints that are already on my palette. I usually like to make one side of the pot a little darker just to show some dimension. Next, I'm going to use a light yellow-green color and start painting in the leaves. This plant is known as a Swiss cheese plant. So as I'm painting the leaves, all I'm doing is outlining it. And then as I paint the actual leaf, I'm being mindful to leave a couple of holes here and there. The Monstera Adansonii grows like a vine, so you want to have multiple leaves coming off of one stem. And as I paint each leaf, I'm picking up slightly different greens. I started out with a light yellow leaf, and then I picked up a little bit of a darker green. Notice how my leaves are spaced further apart from each other because I don't want the paints to bleed into each other. I'm starting out with the taller stems and leaves first so that I can layer the shorter leaves after those first leaves have dried. You can also paint some leaves in profile, and most of those leaves will be just a thin line. As you feel comfortable, start layering and adding more leaves in the in-between places. Don't worry if your painting doesn't look exactly like the actual plant. As long as you have a couple holes here and there, it's gonna look like that plant, I promise you. The way that I like to paint is that I like to keep it slightly wonky, slightly whimsical, and not 100% accurate. I think this is the beauty of handmade and what separates you from other artists. I decided to add a little bit of metallic details to the pot because my original gray pot actually did have a gold line across it. I'm using the Finetech brand. Next, I'm adding a shadow just to add a touch of realism to the painting. Notice how my shadow is a purple gray. This is because I wanted to complement the greens in the leaf. I also extended the shadow a little bit to mimic the shape of the leaves. Finally, I'm adding some touches of very light green leaves and just filling in some spaces here and there. And there you go. Go ahead and take off that washi tape and marvel at what you've created. If you follow this tutorial, please tag me at audreyradesign and use the hashtag paintwithaudrey. I can't wait to see what you've created. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment if you would like to see more tutorials like this. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.